Now, this is the episode that almost made me change the entire name of the podcast. But not to worry, if you still go to Fashow.com, you're still going to find me because I decided not to. But you want to turn up your speakers and pay attention because it's one of my favorite topics to talk about, and I hope that it transforms the way you think about the life that you're living.
This is Fit Fashow. This is Fit Fashow. We're going to give you all the information you need to live a mentally fit, spiritually fit, and physically fit life. Let's do it. This is Fit Fashow. And here's your host, Amber.
Hey everybody, and welcome back. It's your girl Amber, and I am the host of Fit Fashow for those of you who are joining me for the very first time. And of course, this podcast is going to give you everything you need to live a good, fit, physical, mental, and spiritual life. One that is pleasing to you and that is just enjoyable to live. But before we jump into the content, just a few tips. Again, this particular podcast is available on multiple platforms. So if you love seeing my face every single week, make sure you go over to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe to the content there so that you can get a fresh episode every single week. And of course, hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. But if you prefer to digest all of this information Netflix style and binge listen to everything, go to my website at fitfashow.com. There, you can listen to all of the episodes at once because maybe you love the way that my voice sounds. So if that's you, go to my website. But no matter what outlet you're watching or listening to right now, do me a favor and share this content with your family and friends because the more people that we have in the conversation, the better it's going to be. When we have lots of voices involved, people ask questions, which then prompts me to make more content. And we also want other people to have all of these amazing details. So share. All right. Now, before we jump into sort of the meat of what we're talking about today, I know just from listening to season one, episode one, you did learn a little bit about me. And if you haven't, go back and listen to episode one. And I briefly touched base on the fact that this past year, I lost my father to a very long battle of cancer, unfortunately. He fought like I've never seen anybody fight in their lives for anything. And I wished that he could be here longer. And I remember when he died, grief is it's a different experience for everybody. Some people get sad. I found myself questioning everything. Like, if we had just done this, maybe he would still be here. If we just done this, if we just done that. And then one day it hit me. Amber, it's okay to grieve, but there was absolutely nothing you could have done about his death because you have no control over the end. And here's the kicker, okay? Even if my dad had been 100% healthy and he didn't have cancer, I still believe he would have died on that day because it was his appointed hour and his appointed time. He had come to earth and done all the things that he intended to do. And so thus I was focusing really on the wrong things. And not only that, but he also could not determine when he came to this earth. We don't determine what circumstances we're born into, what families we belong to, or any of those things. All of that is out of control. Now, I don't know about you all, but when I think back to the 1980s, I don't remember anybody asking me like, hey, Amber, you want to be an Aries or a Virgo? You want to come in this month or that month? Would you like to wait for me? Like, nobody gave me that option. And not even my own family could determine when it is that I was going to make my entrance. So seeing as though I can't control when I come in and when I go out, then I would be best to spend all of my time focusing on the in-between, or what I like to call the dash. And again, I almost changed the entire podcast to the dash. That's what I was going to call it. But I said, my mission is bigger than just this one episode, so keep it Fit Fashow. But anyways, back to what I was saying. We are all best if we spend our time focusing on the limited time we have here on earth. And you can waste your time not thinking about your health, not thinking about all the things that can improve your life and kind of go through life struggling. Or you can choose to live a life that is fulfilling. So today, I'm going to give you 2 to 3 things that you need to start doing today. All right? Not tomorrow, not the next day, but start doing today to vastly improve the life that you are living. Again, your dash is the time between your birth and your death. It is the one part of your life that you have complete control over, or at least I would say 90% control over, because obviously there are things that do happen to us that are outside of our control. But for the most part, I believe we have the power to control a good portion of it. All right. So the number one thing that you need to think about and change are your circumstances. What are you soaking yourself in every single day? I often say that we are a lot like sponges. All right. When you put a sponge into an environment or into a liquid, it's going to soak up whatever you put it into. But unfortunately, a lot of us choose to put our sponge in doo-doo water. I think that's going to be my new saying. Are you living a life of doo-doo water? And we do this despite knowing the fact that we have control. So I want you to think about all the times you put your sponge in doo-doo water. So here are some examples. If you've ever, I love helping people when I can. And so sometimes I surround myself with people who are just negative about everything. And I'll give you this story. I once knew someone, I considered this person to be a friend. And every single day when I spoke to this person, the sky was falling. Every single day I spoke with her, it was a conspiracy theory. It was this, the sky was falling. Everybody was out to get her. And I remember I was very patient. I would lend her my ear, allow her to express her frustrations. And I kept going back to the fact that why are we still having these discussions? No matter what I would tell her, every day she came in with sort of that negative attitude. And over time, I started to soak that up. I started to have bad days. I started to feel negative every single time that I was around this person. And likewise, many of you are going to have the same experience. If you sit in shit long enough, it's gonna get on you. There's no way around that. You can't put your sponge in doo-doo water, all right, and expect for it to not get soiled by the liquid that you're putting it in. So my very first tip for everyone is to make sure that you are surrounding yourself in the right environment. Much better for you to put your sponge in a beautiful bubble bath, beautiful circumstances, than to continuously keep people in your life who hold you back. There is no such thing as loyalty. I don't know why that is such a human quality that we feel loyal to people so we can't let them go. Feel free to cut it off, let it go. Give them peace. Say, I want to help you, but unless you're coming here with solutions, we can't hang out anymore. We can't be around each other anymore. I have to let you go and be okay with that. But it's not just people that we put ourselves into. Sometimes we put ourselves into circumstances that hold us down. I once had a job that I used to cry over every single day when I went in. Every single day I walked into the office, I cried before I went in there. And I didn't want to leave because I was making a lot of money. And it was so hard for me to walk away from it. Because again, I was comfortable. It's like I had all this money. How do you walk away from that? But I was crying every day. And so I actually had an epiphany one day and I walked in and I said, I quit. I did. I quit and I didn't have a plan, nothing. I actually do not recommend that y'all follow that particular piece of advice. Try to have a plan before you just walk out. But I actually just walked out. And it was like this huge sense of relief to walk away from something that was not my passion, that was not good for me. Now, I know some of you are watching this right now and they're like, I kind of need my job. So I'm not saying just walk away from stuff to that degree. Always have a plan, of course. But be fearless in walking away from things that do not serve your purpose. Ask yourself, does this person serve my higher purpose? Does this job serve my higher purpose? Do the things that I do day in and day out serve my higher purpose? And of course, if the question or the answers that come back to that are no, you have to start thinking about what you can do to change that. What can you do to change your circumstances? What can you do to change the people that are around you? What can you do? And always know this, everything is figure outable. So even when you're sitting here and you're going, I don't think I quite know what to do, understand everything is figure outable. It might take you some time. It might take some plotting to change your trajectory or course, but it is imperative and it is so important that you do the work necessary to get yourself out of that doo-doo water, to get yourself out of that circumstance, to put yourself in the company of people who are going to uplift you. And if you look and you turn and you find that there is no one around you who has those qualities, then be okay with being by yourself. Because sometimes the best move you can make is to spend time with yourself, to spend time with the one person that can motivate you, yourself, to spend time with the one person who's not going to keep you in doo-doo water, yourself. All right. So that's number one. Really think about the circumstances or the environment that you are creating every day. All right. Now, second thing. Make sure that you're taking care of the vessel that you're riding through life with, all right? Your body is a temporary vehicle. Let me repeat. Your body is a temporary vehicle for your time here on earth. But just like a car, if you don't take care of that vehicle, you're going to find yourself broke down on the side of the road. And I see people all the time who roll hard throughout their life, really wear that car out. And at the end of their lives, they are trapped in their bodies. Trapped, still alive and trapped. We live in a day and age where people are living well over 100 years old now. You don't have to be trapped. And so it is important that as early as possible in your life, that you start to make the changes necessary to keep your body going. Just like you would take your car to the dealership or to the mechanic to make sure you're getting those tune-ups. Why would you treat your body any differently? And I want you to think about that. Why would you treat your body any differently? I see some people who are so focused on their careers, on providing for their families, to the point where they drive the car into the ground. And then when they get to what you would call your retirement age, they've got nothing to show for it. When you should be enjoying your retirement because you've taken care of your family, you've done all the work that you've come here to do, you can't even enjoy some of the best years of your life because you've run that car into the ground. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, you gotta tell me what to do then. I am going to have some future episodes on that, so stay tuned. You got to keep watching because we will have some episodes specific to taking care of the vessel, the body that you came here in. All right. So those are two really big key components. And then last but not least, understand this. The body that we just talked about is the physical manifestation of your thoughts and your beliefs. Let me repeat that. Your body is the physical manifestation of your thoughts and your belief system, which brings me to my third point. If you want to live a good and fulfilling life, you have got to put together a good belief structure. You've got to change the way you're thinking. And that's closely related to point number one, your environment. What is the environment you're living in? Now, what are the ways that you look at life? There are some of us that choose to look at the cup halfway full. Others are like, it's halfway empty. But whatever you believe will be so. So if you believe you can't do something, guess what? You'll never be able to do it. But if you do believe you can do something and you go after it, it's going to happen. So, I am so sorry for coughing into the microphone. but I need a little water right now. So in closing, you do not have a choice about when you come to this earth and when you leave it. But you have full control over that dash. Make sure you make full use of it. Make sure that you do everything to enhance that dash so that at the end of your life, in those wonder years, you can go out and enjoy it, that you're not trapped in it. So thank you for joining me for another amazing episode of Fit Fashow, the podcast that is specifically dedicated to helping you live a fit, healthy, and a really fit physical, mental, and spiritual life. I hope that you took something away from this and that you understand that living the dash is so important. Do not spend another day. Don't spend another day disrespecting that dash. Make sure you're living it to the fullest. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Like, share, and subscribe to this content, and bring a friend to the next episode. All right. If you have any other questions, of course, you can leave a comment on the videos as well. See you all later.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, you can find us on the website at fitfashow.com, on Facebook and Instagram at fitfashow. We'll see you next time. Stay focused.